Good day mga ka-teachers! Ngayon naman ay pag-uusapan natin on how to make an item analysis. Panigurado'y madami sa inyo ang nahihirapan or nasistress kung paano gumawa nito. Kaya nga gumawa na tayo ng video para mayroon naman kayong guide on how to make an item analysis. So kung napanood nyo ang video na ito hanggang dulo ay panigurado'y madali na lang sa inyo ang paggawa nitong item analysis. So here are the step-by-step guide on how teachers can make an item analysis. But before that, pag-usapan muna natin ano ang item analysis. So what is item analysis? Item analysis is the process of examining students' answer to determine which test questions are easy, difficult, or ineffective. It helps teachers improve the quality of the test and identify students' learning needs. So yung item analysis is ginagawa natin ito para malaman natin kung saang test item yung easy, difficult, or ineffective. Kung saang test item yung dapat nating i-discard, i-retain, or i-revise. So that is the item analysis. So here are the steps on how to make an item analysis. So let's start first with the prepare, of course, the test papers. So first thing that you're going to do after mong i-check yung mga papers ng mga bata is you need to prepare the test papers. So, after checking the test, you need to gather all students' answer sheet and record their scores. So, of course, like for example, we have the number of students. Kung yung number of students mo, just like for example sa amin, sa isang subject, isang section lang yung kinukuhanan namin ng item analysis. So, just like for example, yung section A lang. So, like for example, yung number of students mo is 40. And your number of test item is 50. So, make sure that all scores are accurate before starting the analysis. So, of course, like for example, dito tayo sa number of students mo. Number of students na chinikan mo is 40 yun. And your number of test item mo is 1 to 50. Next step is you're going to arrange the scores. So list the students from highest score to lowest score. Just like for example, diba, balik tayo dito sa ating number of students. So 40 yung number of students natin. What we're going to do is we're going to arrange the scores mula sa pinaka-mataas na scores ng students hanggang sa pinaka-mababa na scores. And for example, this ranking will help identify the upper and the lower group. Like for example, dito sa ilalim. So, kasi yung next step natin dito is we're going to divide the class into two groups, which is my upper group and my lower group. Yung upper group, these are the students with the highest scores. And yung lower group naman, these are the students with the lowest scores. So the common practice is to use the top 27% and bottom 27% of the class. So bad teachers may also divide the class into equal halves if appropriate for classroom use. Okay. So here, ginagawa natin para makuha natin yung upper 27% and lower 27%, or we're going to multiply, Multiply the number of students, which is number of students natin is 40, diba? So 40 times 27%, that is equal to 10.8. We're going to round off to the nearest to whole number. Okay, so round off natin sa whole number, we have 10.8, we have 11. So 11 students sa upper group, which is students with the highest score. 11 yung kukunin mo sa highest scores. Okay? 11 na students. And 11 din na students yung kukunin mo sa lowest scores. Okay? So, those are the upper group, which is 11, and the lower group, which is 11 din na students. Yung sa gitna, isi-set aside natin yan kasi hindi na natin yan kailangan. Yung kailangan lang natin is yung upper at your lower 27%. Next, we're going to count the correct answer for each item. So, kada item yun ha. Like for example, item number 1, number 2, number 3, and so on. So, for every test question, we're going to count how many students in the upper group answered correctly. So, like for example, sa number 1 item, diba 11 yun yung number of students natin. Sa lower is 11 din. So, ika-count natin sa upper, sa 11 na yun na students. Ilan yung nakatama sa number 1? Like, for example, 10. And sa lower students, ilan yung nakatama sa number 1? So, like for example, 4. No? The same also for the number 2. Okay. Number 2 item, how many students in the upper group answered correctly? Like for example, 9 na students sa number 2. And how many students in the lower group answered correctly? So, 8 na students sa lower group ang naka-answer ng tama, no? Sa question number 2. So, that's how you record, no? Your answer. You're going to count the correct answer for each item. So, pagkatapos mo na nun, hanggang 50, no? Kasi yung number of items natin is hanggang 50. So, we're going to step 5 is we're going to compute the difficulty index. So, for the difficulty index, we have here the formula. Para yung sinasabi ko talaga sa inyo, everyone, bawat school naman kasi meron naman yung format, no? Ng item analysis na i-encode mo lang doon yung lahat ng mga data mo, no? Yung upper group at lower group, i-encode mo lang yun at mag-generate na siya ng difficulty index at discrimination index and your decision. O, i-reject mo ba yan, revise or retain, no? Again, for the difficulty index, para hindi kayo mahirapan mag-solve, humingi kayo sa mga co-workers nyo, co-teachers nyo, no, sa mga kasamahan nyo ng Excel format. Okay? Para doon nyo na lang i-input yung iyong data. Okay. Next, okay, again, explain lang natin ito para mas maintindihan. So, for the difficulty index, it tells how easy or difficult an item is. So, dito natin malalaman if easy ba ito, or average lang, or difficult. So, here, we have here the formula, upper correct plus lower correct divided by the total number of students in both groups. So, i-add mo yan yung number of students sa both groups, okay? So, like for example, upper is 10, lower is 4. Kada item sin ha, item number 1. Total number of students, both groups is 20, no? 20. So, kung hindi natin yan i-round off, di ba kanina is we have 40 times 27%. Okay, so 10.8, no? Pero sa amin kasi nira-round off namin yan para yun yung ginagamit namin, nira-round off namin yung ang naka-decimal. Like for example, 10.8, ginagawa namin 11. Pero here, hindi siya ni-round off. So, total number of students, 10 and 10, that's 20. Okay, so for the difficulty index, we have 10, which is the upper, plus the lower, which is 4 divided by 20. So, we have 0.70. Next, we have the interpretation. So, ito na yung interpretation if it is very easy, easy, moderate, difficult, difficult, very difficult. So, dito ka magbabase kung yung answer mo is 0.62, that is easy. Ito is 0.70, so dito siya pasok sa easy. 0.61 to 0.80. Next, compute discrimination index. Again, ang discrimination index is, para hindi kayo mahirapan sa pag-compute, is doon na kayo humingi sa kasamahan ng Excel format ng item analysis. No? Mag-generate na yan ng discrimination at difficulty index. So, we have here naman the formula for discrimination index. Dito naman natin malalaman if whether an item can distinguish high-performing students from low-performing students. So, meron siyang comparison between the high-performing and the low-performing students. Sige, so for the discrimination index, we have here the formula, upper correct minus lower correct, number of students in one group. So like for example, for the number 1, so 10 minus 4 divided by 10. That is equal to 0.60 and that is very good. Okay, so very good yung ating interpretation. Next is we're going to review its test item. So based on the results, so keep items with good difficulty and discrimination values. So revise questions that are too easy or too difficult. And rewrite or remove items with poor discrimination. The goal is to make the test fair, reliable, and effective. Ayan. Yun lang naman. You're going to yung ibang word kasi doon is revise, retain, and discard or remove. Next, step 8 is to record the results. So, create an item analysis table like this. Again, humingi ka na lang sa kasamahan mo ng item analysis na table, no? Or word format, no? Para di ka na mahirapan. Okay? So, ito siya. Ito yung Excel format. Ito yung Excel format. Example lang ito, ha? So, and we have the word format, no? Yung Excel format, then mo i-encode yung mga data mo at mag-generate na yan ng result. And for the Word format, ito naman yung ika-copy paste mo doon sa Word, and then lalagyan mo yun of course na yung mga signatures prepared by and kung sino yung ipapachekan mo, principal nyo ba o yun, ng iyong item analysis. Yun lang naman kasimple everyone, no? But before that, again, bago tayo magtapos is why is it item analysis important? Because it improves the quality of teacher-made tests, no? Identify questions that need revision, measures whether learning objectives has been achieved. So it helps teachers plan better instruction, ensures fair and reliable assessment of students. So we have here the simple summary, no? We're going again, ha, para hindi ko mahirapan. Again, we have here the simple summary. First is check the test papers, rank students by scores from lowest to highest, form the upper and the lower group, the 27% upper and the 27% lower. Count correct answers for each items and compute the difficulty index, compute the discrimination index, interpret the result, and revise, retain, or discard test items based on findings. So, gano'n na naman kasimple kung paano gumawa ng item analysis. Kung meron pa kayong mga katanungan, feel free to ask sa ating comment section. At of course, kung meron kayong video na gustong itanong, no, or i-video natin, feel free to comment sa ating comment section and don't forget to subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much. Goodbye and God bless.